We're in the series, Be Happier One Step at a Time. And the name of today's step is Stabilising. And that's the 7th step in a 10-step cycle of change. And change turns up in our lives over and over. And so we're doing our usual, pausing, listening, accepting. And when we look back, we'll be able to see that there's healing and growth has happened for us beyond our awareness. When you've been in a new pattern for some time, it happens that you eventually start experiencing benefits and can name those benefits in the form of new benchmarks, and as well can know that you're experiencing more ease in doing this particular pattern. And so let's name that. You'll have new benchmarks and more ease when you've been repeating this pattern many times. There's more to come, but this is a starting point on the way. In this image, the lower lily shows how earlier it was totally unknown about what would happen in the future. And the upper lily shows how it is at this stage 7. There's still unknown that you don't know, but it's more hidden from you in your inner awareness. And there's a total that you can see benchmarks more easily. And this helps you to move into the benchmark and repeat them over and over with less struggle. And so, as you move on at this stage level of stabilising, there's less unknowing and less struggle. And that means that it's easier to repeat the pattern. It doesn't take so much attention. And as this stabilising happens, you will have a stronger sense that the effort has been worthwhile. There will be a clearer sensing of benefit and comfort. And in this image, we can see that. The unknowing is in the background, and up close you can feel better and see more, not lost in the big picture. And at the neural pathway level, there's a deepening that has happened. And that's really, really important. And in this image, you can see that at first, every time you did the pattern, put another little stroke on the path. And the path gradually was discernible, but you still had to make a decision. And as you've moved along and repeated it many times, that pathway has deepened into a rut. Not a really deep rut, but much easier to move along, harder to move out. Not hard, but easier to keep on going. Much less chance that you'll move off track. And when we look at this girl, you can see that she's in good rhythm, going up the steps, doesn't have to look behind. The journey's just about at the end, and the detail at the end is not clearer, but you can imagine that there's an oomph to her completing that last little bit. And so, another way of looking at that is that at first you couldn't see what was ahead, but you were realising more comfort and understanding that it was worthwhile. And now, at this stage, it's even clearer that while you don't know the detail yet, it's kind of on the horizon for you, and the pathway to it is clearer. And at another level, since there's less sense of struggle and effort needed, there is now space for you to name what the experience of the benefits are that you've chosen this new pattern. And so let us look at these 3 images in a little bit more detail. At first, you had to consciously make a decision, and there was still some pullback energy from the old pattern. Then, as that pullback energy decreased, you could feel and know some of the benefits that were coming from this new pattern. And now, at this stage, the plant is able to stand in its own right and can happen almost automatically. It's integrated more into your life. And at this time that the integration has happened, it's good to name the healing and growth. That'll be something like the oomph the girl had at the top of the stairs. And so we've paused and we've listened and we've accepted. And now you're up to naming the transformation and healing that has happened since you first decided to move into this pattern. And as you move forward, metaphorically, there's a lightness in your perception and a gleam in your eye as you integrate this new pattern even more into your life. And read this do pattern, the foreseeable future holds hope for you.